That sneaking, filthy fraudant! I hope he will rot hereafter! Of course. But I won't forget Foradon, Shire. Our leader is dead because of him!
Enough of your bickering. Our company is wounded. We have lost not one but 2 members, while our enemy grows in power. We must remain united now, or give up altogether. It is now time for mourning. Let us regroup at the base to decide on a plan of action.
What do you seek?
Hello.
Is there something you're trying to say?
Something on your mind? Hello, Outlander. Can I get you something?
I will not. My past should be sufficient reason why I would not like to be in charge of a group of warriors. I require someone else to make the decisions for me.
What about you, Outlander? Are you willing to take up this responsibility? I think you show wisdom and courage to decline leadership. I am inclined to claim it as my own in your stead, although I do not truly desire it. Are you comfortable with this outcome? I welcome your faith, and hope to attain as much myself. Now that we have re-established the chain of command, let us discuss how to proceed. If we don't decide on our next action soon, Durkoth will be allowed to enslave all of the Shire for his own benefit. Let's discuss among ourselves what our plan should be. And so we speak again, but now I am suddenly captain.
Before we talk about our mission, I must admit, I'm quite surprised you let Byercell take command.
How much has changed?
I figured you'd try to secure leadership for yourself.
But I'll
You
make
struck
the
me
best
as
out
the
of
type
it.
who would do that. I'm glad to say you didn't. I'd rather follow Byercell's lead, and I would have challenged you along the way anyway. Strike! And strike swiftly! I can't put it any simpler. We need to take Durkoth out before he does any more damage. And he's inflicted so much pain already. If it were up to me, I'd lure him out of his hole and eliminate him. You know, I won't deny that I could always agree with Thorman's decision, but he was the best leader I could imagine. It's hard to think about how we might progress from here on. It's like the foundation of our company is cracked, and we're shaking in the wind. To be honest, I could think of no other way to honor his memory than by completing the mission. So I want to focus on that for now, if you don't mind. I don't want to speak any more on Foradon than I need to. Honestly, what was he thinking? He knew he shouldn't trust Durkoth. I don't think I could ever forgive him for his foolish actions. I know I would have never done the same were I in his shoes. Allow me to be totally honest with you. I've been sneaking out of the base from time to time. Not just to escape my chores, but I also wanted to hone my scouting skills, and I've seen the men Durkoff employs. They aren't the sharpest tools in the shed, if you know what I mean. I think we could take them out quite easily, and that would diminish the grasp Durkoff holds over the area. Our enemy might be a bit more defenseless then.
Yes? I think there is no time to delay action. We need to track down Durkoff and cleanse this land of his shadow. The longer we wait, the more innocent lives he corrupts. The halflings know nothing of conflict. I am aware that our numbers are low, but this is no excuse for cowering and hiding, or refusing our responsibility. I will miss him, I'm not ashamed to say. Thorman was my beacon in the darkness that surrounded me since my early childhood. It will be difficult for me to adjust to a life without his counsel, but I'm sure I will manage. It is time I face these demons myself. And I am fortunate to have a strong group of companions surrounding me who will aid me in my recovery. I would like to forgive him. I know he is not truly to blame for his actions, that his mind was poisoned by Durkoff's silky tongue. But I can't help but feel anger towards him. I trusted him. I thought we were alike. Now, this thought frightens me. Should I be less trusting? Do I have to restart all the progress I made since Thorman took me under his wing? I have no answers for these questions. Durkoff won't fight an honest battle. Look for shimmering shadows and illusions of the mind. I think Durkoff got involved with some ancient and dark magic. I know little of how to counter these tactics. Luckily, I should have no trouble with his minions. Yep.
Yes? We should not act too rashly. Yes, I am aware that there is little time to be lost, but we cannot allow ourselves to lose any more members of our company. Needless to say, the safety of the people of the Shire is at stake, and it is our sworn duty to protect them. So we act, but we need a plan before we blindly assault Durkoff again. I cannot express how much I will miss him, but he understood the risks of his duty, and he would not shy away from it. That is how I choose to remember him, and that is how I will honour his memory. The way he died should not defile the way he lived. Let us be inspired by him, even after his passing. I feel sorry for him. I know he desired a more proactive attitude towards the events in the Shire, but he allowed himself to be poisoned by honeyed words. I wish I'd picked up the signal sooner, and looking back, I admit that there have been clues. Perhaps I had been too optimistic, and assumed that my unshakable trust in Thorman was universally shared. I only know that he cannot be trusted, and that his men are loyal to his promises. Perhaps we can undermine his authority, or show that he is not as all-powerful as he presents himself to be. Even better would be if we could call the people of the Shire into action, that they would rise against their would-be master. But I fear Durkoff might have some surprises in store for us, some that we cannot anticipate. Alright, I think it's fairly obvious by now what we should do. A frontal attack at this point is unwise. We should try to weaken his efforts in the Shire. If we can cut off his supply lines, hinder his workers, and stimulate the resistant spirits of the halflings, we might be able to strike him down in a weakened state. So go out into the world, all of you, and do good wherever you can. Sabotage Durkoff's efforts to draw him out of hiding. We have a chance, I think, but we cannot delay. The time is now. Speak to me for leads on how to oppose Durkoff's minions and slaves.
Something you need?
Hello, Outlander. Several ways. For starters, we can spy on Durkoth, get a sense for the finer details of his plans. Next, some of the occupied towns should be liberated, and the towns on the verge of occupation defended. Aside from that, the enemy's forces could always be cut, or at least slowed down a bit. And releasing the halflings they've locked away couldn't hurt either. Well, there is a matter down in the marshes that I believe you should take a look at. Apparently, several patrols of ruffians have been causing trouble for the farmers down there. Good chance they're acting drunk and disorderly, so they're being ruffians. Not entirely a surprise. I'll be awaiting your report then.
Most of the big folk around here ain't a tad bit civilized. It's good to
Yes,
see there are a
big
few
folk, if we
exceptions.
don't have what you're looking for, it probably isn't worth getting. All right then.
What do you want? Hello, friend.
Yes, big folk.
boys. I'll get you for that. You think you're tough? My... I'll be back. Delivery boy still came. I'll get you. I didn't get nothing compared to me. I'll show you pain. Filthy worm. The tide is turning. Force.
The anarchy in the marshes has been extinguished, or so I hear. The anarchy in the marshes has been extinguished, or so I hear. Being as you're back, I assume my sources aren't mistaken. Another task for the history pages, eh? There is more to be done. Where will you go next? Tinruth recently intercepted a message from a notorious bandit captain in the south. After a brief inspection, we discovered that this was addressed to Durkoth. He rambles, but apparently the captain was replying to a recruitment call Durkoth sent out about a week ago. If I understand his substandard handwriting correctly, he means to enter from the southern gate soon, and meet with Durkoth right afterward. If you arrive at the gate before him, we can cripple our enemy's reinforcement lines. You mean to ask if this is a setup? I doubt it. The traps of our enemy feel fairer in appearance. The letter I read was foul and difficult to decipher. That is but my opinion, of course. In any case, I advise caution. Best of luck, Outlander.
I'll make you suffer. You'd better run while you still can. You're not so tough. Blood. I'll make you suffer. Did you really think you can beat us? There's no room for weakness. Is this supposed to be a challenge? You're getting out of here. I've got to... Or make you suffer. Filthy worm!
I heard you welcomed that bandit chief to the Shire in a proper manner. Nicely done, Outlander. There is more to be done. Where will you go next? Good timing. From my reports, I believe it is time to liberate Far End from ruffian control. The little folk there have endured much suffering and torment. We have a chance to change that, but only if we act quickly. Well, you can begin by getting rid of the bandits who occupy it, as a start. Then you'll probably have to convince the locals that they're free again. Because of how long these ruffians have held a tight grip on their home, the promise of freedom may be difficult to conceive again. Sometime along the way you'll need to tear down Durkoth's banners and replace them with those of the Shire. Aside from that, there's not much more you can do. Excellent. Here are the banners you'll need to replace Durkoth's with. Good luck.
Looking for some building. Ah, a Brad. Passing up these deals would be a terrible mistake. Don't forget to tell your friends, if you haven't. Don't leave without picking up some goods for second breakfast. Or perhaps fresh pie? Ah, I don't suppose you've got time for a short game of riddles. You look like the type that would head off in one of those adventures. Ugh, nasty things in my opinion. You have a good look about you, unlike a lot of the big folk. Why, all the comforts of home. Pleasure doing business with you.
I'll get her. Did you? Is this supposed to be a challenge? Filthy worm. Filthy worm. I'll crush you. Dead worms. There is no room for weakness. You're almost dead already. Filthy. You're nuts. You think you're a match for me? You can't hope to win. Bleed 'em.
The news of Far End's liberation has reached my ears. Good work, Outlander. Yes? There is more to be done. Where will you go next? Good. We have an urgent matter in Tuckburg. As you may have heard, it is one of the only towns that has managed to avoid the claws of our enemy thus far. But if we don't do something soon, the brave halflings down there won't be able to stay that much longer. An invasion force is on its way, and it'll be there soon. Those little folk need your help, Outlander. Good to hear. Show them there's still hope.
run while you still can. You're nothing compared to me. Thor makes you suffer to win. Oh, it's the poison to rain you eat worms. I'll get you for that. I'll see you fade. I'll make you suffer. Please don't kill. You better run while you still can. Filthy worms. Pathetic worms. I'll get. I'll see you flayed. You really think you can beat us? You're nothing compared to me. You're almost dead already. Filthy worm!
Pure luck. That's what it was. I'll put a stop to your evil deeds
Your
here.
time is running thin.
That's why you don't mess with the sheriff. Honest, I did. Thank you, Ranger. They would have dragged us off to one of those prisons if you hadn't have shown up when you did. We are forever in your debt. With your help, I doubt those ruffians will be returning any time soon. So Tuckpool will hold out as it always has, with determination, strategic planning, and a whole lot of tobacco. Don't you worry about us.
Filthy worm!